doesn't matter how many bags I have, whether I have 40 or I cut it down to 10, or like now I have like over 20 again. I just feel like I'm never satisfied, and that's because I just really enjoy buying handbags. And hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. If you love shopping and handbag videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. Okay guys, so today I just wanted to talk about being addicted to handbags, and I know it's a bit of a joke to be addicted to handbags, but also it can be something that can sometimes be very stressful to be addicted to anything, to be honest. And handbags is one of those things that are very easy to collect, and you can start becoming obsessed over them very easily. You're young, and you know, in this day and age there's a lot of things that influence us to buy handbags, like on social media, out and about if you live near a shopping center or something, even just on Facebook, and it's just everywhere these days. I find that younger people are getting into designer bags earlier on compared to when I was younger anyway, and so it's almost becoming normalized to buy designer bags. I feel like when you're younger as well, it's easier to form habits and form a addiction to certain things. I wanted to discuss signs that you might be addicted to handbags. I came up with these signs because, well, they're kind of related to my own experience, because I would say I am pretty much addicted to handbags, and I've never like been diagnosed as being addicted to handbags, but I just know that I probably am. So the first sign is that you buy handbags and then hide them from your family or your partner or even yourself. So sometimes I feel guilty to buy a handbag because I guess there is a lot of reasons, like even on social media, I think people are always made to feel guilty about buying handbags, like whether you should be saving that money for your future or to buy a big house. You know, you should save that money because maybe you don't have a proper career yet or something. Always made to feel like that you're never really deserving of a bag if you're not set in your life yet. And I kind of get that, because I feel like designer bags are supposed to be for people who are rich and really set up in their life. But the truth is, most people who buy designer bags these days are young people who are not set up in their lives, and they just want to live some sort of designer fantasy. And I would say for me, I don't feel like I'm very successful or anything yet, but I just really love fashion, and that's how I got sucked into buying designer handbags. And I feel guilty about that because I feel like there could be other things I could be doing with the money, and so I feel ashamed about my designer handbag addiction, even though it does excite me and kind of help me escape, I guess, and I use it as a way to feel happy, because designer bags do make me feel excited and happy, like I'm not gonna lie, but there does reach a point where I realize I lost touch with my own life. I hide them sometimes, or I delay opening them, or I feel bad. Second sign is you'd rather go shopping for a handbag or stay home and look at handbags online than go to a party. When I was in my younger 20s, I used to party more, see my friends more, but you know, as time goes by, your friends start having kids, or you know, progressing in their careers or whatever, and you start feeling like start getting older, and you start realizing, like, you know, you have to be more serious. And I don't know, like, I guess a large part of myself just enjoys staying at home, like relaxing. I love browsing pre-loved sites, like I find that very therapeutic, and I'd rather do that sometimes than even just like going out and drinking or something. Rather just go to the store and like walk around than do anything else. Like, even I'd rather just like look on eBay than read a book. I know that sounds kind of weird, but yeah, I really enjoy just looking at handbags. All your fun money is spent on handbags. So you'd rather buy handbags than go on a holiday. You'd rather buy handbags than get massages or anything like that. Like, you would rather save money to buy handbags than anything else. You have more than 10 handbags. So designer handbags are not cheap. And I don't feel like, you know, before I started collecting designer handbags, I actually had a lot of clothes and other things, but I would never imagine to have more than 10 designer bags, and that is a lot of bags to most people. So if you have over 10 designer bags, I would say maybe you could be a little bit addicted to handbags, willing to pay a premium and spend a lot on the secondhand market on bags, or you're willing to play a game to be offered a bag. You know, there are some people who are so obsessed with scoring certain bags in the boutique, like whether it be at Hermes or Chanel, so you really are dedicated to playing the game, or, you know, visiting your sales associate, like you become obsessed over scoring a handbag, and this can be a little bit unhealthy at times if you become too obsessed with that. And then there's also, you know, people say, well, then if you're too obsessed with buying a handbag from the boutique, maybe just buy it secondhand, but you might be willing to pay a double the retail of a bag because you're so obsessed with it. It's a bit extreme to pay double the price for a handbag sometimes, I think, where there are so many other bags you could buy in this world, and you can just become totally blindsided by what you're buying sometimes because you become so sucked into the fantasy of buying it. Instead of watching TV, you watch handbag videos. Now, I will say for myself, I don't really watch TV, but I do like watching YouTube. I don't always watch luxury content, but sometimes I like watching vlogs and Japan travel and all that as well. But most of my time on the internet is definitely looking at handbags. You style outfits around your handbag. So usually, you know, you'd say for when you're dressing yourself, your handbag should match your outfit, but I honestly buy outfits for my handbags, which is kind of weird. And also I buy twirlies and bag charms for my handbags. So I'm at this stage where I'm so obsessed with the handbag where I will buy outfits just to match the handbag. You are obsessed over keeping your bag pristine. So I guess in the past where I wasn't as addicted to handbags, I would just trash my bags and use them, throw them on the floor. But now that I'm like really into collecting handbags, I like to keep them really nice. I mean, I still use them and enjoy them, but I do get a little bit upset if I get a mark on them, like pen or something, and it does bother me. So yeah, I would say I am a little bit particular with my bags. You take photos of your bags and post them on Instagram. So you're obsessed with, you know, taking a nice selfie or arranging your bags in nice formations and taking a photo. There are many like Instagram pages I follow which have really nice photos of their bags and like that present them in a really nice curated way. And that might be a sign that you're addicted to handbags if you do that. You have a tendency of collecting things. I definitely have that tendency. I know a lot of people who have that tendency, and in the past I used to collect other things as well, but now I've kind of switched my focus to mainly handbags. So I don't know if that's something that I'm going to continue with forever, but I do have collector's tendencies, and I think that could have helped me become addicted to handbags as well. You hustle super hard to buy a handbag. So there might be a handbag that you really love, but you just don't have the disposable income to buy it. So sometimes if I'm hustling really hard to buy a handbag because I'm just obsessed with it, I will like sell other things from my wardrobe. I'll, you know, try and put out extra YouTube videos. I'll try and make money just like doing little things. I think sometimes that can be more stressful than it can add a lot of stress, right? Working really hard. So really committing yourself, like hustling hard to buy a bag, yeah, it might be a sign that you're really obsessive over bags. Your friends and family are concerned about you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my boyfriend has definitely said, you know, talked to me many times about my handbag addiction and my family, and yeah, that is probably a sign that you took it too far. Guess when it does reach a point where you have to really reflect on yourself and think, you know, am I taking this too far? For myself, yes, I have sometimes taken it too far, like no one needs this many bags, but you know, at the same time, I have a passion for bags, so that could lead me in some other direction in the future as well. So yeah, who's to know? But if your family is concerned about you, maybe just recognize that you might need to scale it back a little bit. You didn't go to work because your sales associate texted you about a handbag. So maybe a really cool bag has come in and it's really hard to get, and you kind of really want to go to the boutique, but you have to go to work that day, so you might call in sick to buy the bag. Have you guys done that before? Because I did it once with a Chanel Mini 2.55. I called in sick to work to go to the Chanel launch day to score that bag, which, yes, I think that's quite an obsessive move. You look at handbags in the middle of the night. So sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night, guys, I just like go to my Instagram and look at handbags, or I'll go on eBay, like in the middle of the night. I actually started doing that a lot when it was in lockdown in Melbourne because my sleeping pattern was really bad. I started doing it again recently, and that's kind of a habit that I want to kick because I just think that's a little bit too much. Like if I'm waking up in the middle of the night and still thinking about handbags, I think that's taking up too much space in my brain. You sell your bags a lot, but then buy more bags. So yeah, you might find that you sell a lot of bags because you feel guilty you have so many bags, but then you end up buying more bags. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we're trying to find our style and what works for us, and some bags just don't work out for us, or as we get older, our lifestyle changes, we need to buy different bags. So that's not always a sign that you're addicted to bags, but if you do it too often, it might be. Also, you might sell a bag and then buy the same bag back again, and then sell that same bag again and then buy it back again. So you are obsessed with buying the same bag over and over again. Like you just feel like when you have it, you never use it, but then you keep selling it and then buying it back. I feel like that's a bit crazy. Like I've done that before with some bags. I've like sold it and then bought it back again. And yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of like, why do you keep doing this to yourself? Other one is obsessing over curating the perfect aesthetically pleasing handbag collection. I know people are all about curating and minimalism and, you know, finding your color palette and, you know, having a good variety of brands. And if you weren't that obsessed with handbags, you wouldn't think that much into it. But when you become really addicted to handbags, I feel like you really can obsess over having, you know, a certain number of bags or a certain color palette. You know, one of my friends said that he only likes to collect autumn color bags. So I thought that was interesting. And, you know, for me, I find that I'm obsessed with collecting Hermes bags, and that is all I can collect right now. So that might be a sign that I'm a little bit too addicted to handbags as well. You love the feeling of buying bags, but you never feel like you fully scratched the itch. So I constantly have been buying bags for the last like 5 years, but I never feel like I'm at bag peace for some reason. It doesn't matter how many bags I have, whether I have 40 or like I cut it down to 10, or then I get another, like now I have like over 20 again. I just feel like I'm never satisfied, and that's because I just really enjoy buying handbags, and I like the feeling of finding the bag and buying it, and that feeling I think is something that I'm really addicted to. I guess the last one is you stalk websites every day, handbag websites. So you might stalk pre-loved websites every day. You might stalk the Louis Vuitton website every day, seeing if things are add to bag. You might stalk the Hermes website every day. You might stalk any designer website. Yeah, like the real fashion file every day. I feel like that is a little bit obsessive. And sometimes when, especially with pre-loved, you might just get sucked into a good deal, or you might just buy things on a whim, and that could be a sign that you're, yeah, just getting a little bit too addicted to handbags. So let me know, guys, can you relate to any of these things? I can pretty much relate to all of them, like to some degree. So yeah, do I think I should try and be less addicted to handbags? I honestly don't know the answer to that, guys, because sometimes when you follow a passion, it can lead you into something really amazing. And people have like built careers on shopping and, you know, styling and expressing their style. So I don't know, guys, yet if this is a problem for me, but I do make a lot of sacrifices by being obsessed with handbags. It does stop me from doing certain things with my life, which I feel like sometimes can be a problem. So yeah, it's just something to be aware of, I guess, in yourself. And if you're aware of it and you find that maybe it's something that you don't want to be addicted to anymore because it's not making you feel good, I think understanding the signs of why you're addicted to it, you can kind of have control and maybe change it. Like, I don't want to keep looking at bags in the middle of the night anymore. I don't want to keep buying bags on a whim, and I want to start really appreciating the bags that I have. And when I buy a new bag, I want to fully enjoy it before feeling like I need to buy another one. Like, there are just things like that that I've realized that I would like to improve on in myself. But anyways guys, thanks for listening to my blabby video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys on my next one. Bye!